Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Snack English, where learning English is easy and fun. I'm Adam.
Hi, Adam. Hi, everyone. It is so wonderful to be here with you again today.
Sarah, I have a question. Do you cook at home?
Me? Cook at home? Adam, I love cooking at home. It is one of my favorite things to do.
Me too, and today we are going to talk about cooking at home.
Oh, I love this topic. Everyone cooks, everyone eats. This is English we can use every single day.
Exactly. In this episode, we will learn kitchen verbs, words like chop, mix, and boil, and we will also learn how to give cooking instructions in English.
Yes, like a recipe, how to tell someone what to do step by step.
And that is a very useful skill in the kitchen and in real life.
So, everyone, before we start, please subscribe to Snack English and give this episode a like. It really helps us.
Yes, and share it with a friend who is learning English. Cooking vocabulary is so useful.
And if you are with us right now, comment cook below. We love to see your names in the comments.
Perfect. Now, Sarah, do you cook often? How many times a week?
I cook almost every day, maybe 5 or 6 times a week.
Wow, every day. You are a real home cook.
I enjoy it. For me, cooking is relaxing. I put on some music, go to the kitchen, and just cook.
I love that. And what do you usually cook?
I usually cook simple things. Rice, pasta, soup. I don't make anything very complicated.
Simple food is often the best food.
Exactly. Adam, what about you? Do you cook?
I cook a few times a week, maybe 3 times. I really enjoy it when I have time.
And what is your favorite thing to cook?
I love to make pasta. It is easy, it is fast, and it is always delicious.
Pasta is perfect. Okay, Adam, so let's talk about kitchen verbs. These are the action words we use when we cook.
Great. Sarah, what verbs do you use when you cook?
Okay, when I make soup, first I chop the vegetables.
Chop. That is a great word. To chop means to cut something into small pieces. You use a knife.
Yes, you chop onions, garlic, carrots, things like that.
And after you chop, what do you do?
Then I fry the onions in a pan with a little oil.
Fry. To fry means to cook something in hot oil, like fried eggs or fried onions.
Yes, and when you fry onions, the smell is amazing.
It really is. So we have 2 verbs now, chop and fry.
And the next one is boil. I add water to the pot and I boil it.
To boil means to heat water until it is very hot and bubbling, like when you boil water for tea or pasta.
Exactly. First, boil the water, then add the pasta.
These are great verbs. Chop, fry, boil. Let's keep going.
Another one is mix. You mix things together, like eggs and milk for an omelet.
Mix means to combine 2 or more things together. You can use a spoon or a fork.
And there's also bake. You bake things in the oven, like a cake or bread.
Bake. I love this word. I bake bread sometimes on the weekend.
Ooh, you bake bread. I didn't know that about you.
Yes, it is harder than it looks, but when it comes out of the oven, it smells incredible.
Okay, so we have 5 kitchen verbs now. Chop, fry, boil, mix, bake.
5 great kitchen verbs. Now, let's talk about instructions. Sarah, how do you tell someone what to do in English?
We use the imperative form. This means we use the base verb, the simple verb, at the start of the sentence.
For example, instead of saying, you should chop the onions, we just say, chop the onions.
Exactly. Short and clear. This is how recipes are written in English.
Let me give some examples. Boil the water. Add the pasta. Stir for 10 minutes.
Stir. That is another great kitchen verb. To stir means to move something in a circle with a spoon.
Yes, stir the soup. Stir the sauce. You stir to mix things that are already in the pot.
Perfect. So the imperative is very simple. Just start with the verb.
Chop the vegetables. Heat the oil. Add the garlic. Cook for 5 minutes.
Easy and direct, like a recipe card.
Now, Sarah, I want to tell everyone a small grammar point. Listen to this sentence. Chop the onions and then fry them in oil.
Okay, you used them. What does them mean here?
Them replaces the onions. We already said onions, so we don't say it again. We say them.
So, chop the onions, fry them. So them means the onions.
Exactly. This makes English sound more natural. You don't repeat the same word every time.
Chop the tomatoes, fry them. Boil the pasta, drain it.
Yes, it for one thing, them for more than one thing. Very natural.
I love that. Small words, big difference.
Okay, Sarah, I want to tell everyone a funny story about my cooking.
Oh yes, tell us. I love cooking stories.
So, last week, I decided to make a nice dinner. I wanted to impress my friend.
Oh, a special dinner. What did you make?
I decided to make pasta with tomato sauce and vegetables. Very classic.
That sounds wonderful.
I chopped the vegetables. I fried the onions. Everything smelled amazing. I was very happy.
So far, so good.
And then I put the pasta in the pot. I boiled it for 10 minutes. I tasted it. Perfect.
And then?
And then I went to put the pasta on the plate, but the pot was very heavy, and I dropped it.
Oh no!
The pasta went everywhere. On the floor, on my shoes, on the wall.
Adam, all of it?
Almost all of it. I had one small plate of pasta left.
Oh, poor Adam. What did your friend say?
He laughed, and then he said, "Don't worry, Adam. I am not very hungry."
That is the best thing a friend can say.
We ordered pizza in the end, but my kitchen was a disaster.
That is a very relatable story. Cooking is not always perfect.
Definitely not, but the important thing is I tried.
And you cleaned up after.
Eventually, yes.
Okay, everyone, let's practice now. I will give some cooking instructions and Adam will respond.
Ready.
Okay, first instruction, chop the onions.
Chop the onions. Got it.
Then fry them in a pan.
Fry them in a pan with a little oil.
Good. Now add the tomatoes.
Add the tomatoes and stir.
Stir for 5 minutes.
Stir for 5 minutes. It smells great already.
Now boil some water.
Boil the water. For the pasta?
Yes, add the pasta and cook it for 10 minutes.
Cook the pasta for 10 minutes.
Perfect. You are a great chef, Adam.
As long as I don't drop it this time.
Just hold the pot tightly.
I will, I promise.
Okay, everyone, let me ask you something. Adam, what did you cook last week? Let's practice the past tense.
Last week, I chopped some vegetables and fried them with chicken. Then I boiled rice on the side.
That sounds delicious. Did you bake anything?
No, I didn't bake anything last week, but I baked bread 2 weeks ago.
Ooh, and was it good?
It was very good, but it took a long time.
Baking always takes time, but it is worth it.
It really is.
Wait, Adam, I want to go back one moment. You said I chopped the vegetables and I fried them. Did you say I fried or I fried?
I said fried. F-R-I-E-D. That is the past tense of fry.
Yes, fry becomes fried. Chop becomes chopped. Boil becomes boiled. Mix becomes mixed.
These are all regular verbs. They add ed in the past tense.
But bake becomes baked, not baked.
Right. When a verb ends in e, we just add d. Bake, baked.
And what about stir? Did you stir the soup?
Yes, I stirred the soup. Stir, stirred.
When a short verb ends in r, we double the r and add ed. Stir, stirred.
Great point, Sarah. Small spelling rules, but very useful.
Just remember, regular verbs in the past tense always have that ed ending, even if the spelling changes a little.
Exactly.
And mistakes are completely normal. The important thing is to keep practicing.
Well said. Okay, everyone, let's wrap up today's episode.
Today we talked about cooking at home. We learned 5 kitchen verbs: chop, fry, boil, mix, and bake.
And we learned one more, stir. So that's 6 great kitchen verbs.
We also practiced the imperative, short, clear instructions. Chop the onions, boil the water, add the pasta.
And we practiced the past tense of regular verbs: chopped, fried, boiled, mixed, baked, stirred.
Cooking is a great way to practice English. Next time you cook, say the steps out loud in English.
Yes, talk to yourself in the kitchen. Nobody will judge you, and your English will get better.
And maybe your food will be better too.
Maybe.
Before we go, comment "cook" below and tell us, what did you cook last week? We love to read your answers.
And if you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to Snack English, give us a like, and share it with someone who loves cooking or loves English.
Every episode is a small step in your English journey, and we are very happy to be here with you.
Thank you so much for listening, everyone. Keep cooking and keep practicing.
Thank you so much for listening to us today. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone. See you in the next episode.